goes the record. There goes that. And you're good to go.
What's up, everybody? It's a brand new episode of Trash Pandas. We're so excited to have you back. I'm Lauren, and this is Lindsay. She's my beautiful co-host, and we are so excited to get back into 90 Day Fiancé.
It's been way too long.
I thought you were going to say the studio. Like, what the
Back
hell?
into the
yeah.
studio. Well,
we were here last week.
We were here last week.
True.
So, okay. But also...
And some shit happened afterwards. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
we went out. We had a lot of fun.
Nothing happened.
No, nothing.
No, nothing happened.
What happened?
I do not have a friend from Whiskey that's still asking me
Do
who
not
you
keep
are.
secrets with Lindsay. Do not keep secrets with Lindsay because she'll just announce it immedially as soon as we start.
What happens after the studio is shut up.
And so now let's talk about
So now let's talk about what happened.
Thanks for coming back,
Speaking
guys.
of
We're really
I love the message I get from Dave the next day. How are you feeling? I was like, I can't put into words the pile
like-
of trash I feel.
Oh, yeah, so I just
14
get
hours later.
the girl hanging off the merry-go-round.
That's my go-to. That's my go-to. Status dead. Just girl being dragged. I'm just being dragged through life now.
Oh my God. It's so true.
Oh my God. We have good times down here.
But we got to go see Larry at Temple Bar, and that's been a minute.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Larry.
We do need to see Larry, but and we left our water bottles there that one time.
Oh,
I had to come back, and I'm
yes.
like, yeah, hi.
Yeah.
We left our water bottles
Dave said
here.
that you put our water bottles aside. I know.
It's like broad daylight. I'm walking in
You're an actual trash cat.
Exactly. I'm literally not trying to be out in public.
You're a
for
rabbit.
sure.
And they're used to the, I left my license here, or hey, I left my credit card here.
But we
no,
brought water
hi,
bottles
no, I'm
in.
a basic
Can I
white
get my
girl.
Hydro flask back.
I left my water bottle here.
I think I left my Yeti here. It was kind of expensive.
Sorry. Hope you got it. We're so extra.
Ain't that? I know. I'm like,
Oh my
gosh.
God.
Every time I hang out with you, I'm like, okay, how shitty are we gonna get? Brace yourself. It could be fucking winter coming.
You know what? Here's my thing. Yes, we get uber shitty, but we're responsible because we never drive. We always get the Lyft
That's
or
true.
the Uber.
Oh, look, Woo Girls.
And
What a surprise.
we got Woo Girls.
Woo, woo, woo.
Must be a pedal pump.
Gotta give him the horn really quick. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah, so fun times.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing I really want to bring up is that
God.
I have been watching this one show for a really long time, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but recently you and I have fallen in love with it.
Oh my
Is
God.
Married at First Sight. And I thought that was pretty good trash.
Oh my gosh.
But
I am
then-
so obsessed.
But then
we
we found out about Married at First Sight
Australia.
And that is prime trash.
Hooked. Like, okay, so if you're into Married at First Sight, like the American version, check out Australia because it is.
That
I
is a
don't
shit
even
show.
know
Well,
how.
you know the
it's so
definition of an
much
Australian
better.
kiss, right?
No.
It's a French kiss, just down under.
This is why we have you, Dave. This is why we have you.
This is why I said, please chime in. Jesus Christ, this is perfect. But no, like it's so funny because like the American version, especially this year, they're in Atlanta and they're a little religious-y. But you go over to the Australians and they're like, let's get drunk.
Yeah, we're going to
we're gonna
throw the stubbies in the back of the ute, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, you kind of
best party ever.
you have to live that, dude. Everything in Australia wants to kill you.
Yes.
So I mean, like you
for
kind of
real.
have to live that life.
You right, like you
Every
have
day
to
could be
live
your last day.
Right.
Exactly. Like
you might find a fucking
I'm
spider.
giving
Dude,
it
they
up
have
to
spiders.
God.
Yeah, they got spiders the size of Toyotas.
Right.
They've,
right.
And like everything, like, oh, koala bears are so cute. No, like they gnaw on those eucalyptus leaves. Like that's their like
to poison you.
No, that's their depressant. Like if they don't eat those, like they will rip your face off.
Oh
They're
I
brutal.
remember I left my house one time because there was too big of a spider for me to stay inside of it. I was just like, okay, bye. And like,
This is
backed
your
out,
house now.
Locked the door. Yeah, like left. Came back like 12 hours later, like, is it
Oh
gone?
my God.
Okay, cool.
And like, so you felt better not knowing where it was?
No,
I think-
right? Like, I'd be like, I need to keep an eye on that mother.
I actually had a friend go to my house and find this. I actually will gladly back him up if he comes forward about it. But I literally asked somebody to come to my house and kill a spider so that way I could go back into my house.
Understandable.
That is one of my greatest fears about living alone. Like, now I don't have somebody to kill shit for me.
Yeah, right.
And, like, I'm gonna be in charge of that. I can't handle that. I'm gonna have to get like some spray that I can stand from like 8 feet away and
Right.
just like
Hot shot. So I hate.
So off topic.
Oh no! So I loathe spiders. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I woke up one morning getting ready for work, and I take a shower, and like I get out, and I'm like getting a mirror, and I'm like, wow, I got some weird bumps on my shoulder. That's kind of weird. Whatever. Next morning, I wake up, I take a shower, bumps are a little bit bigger, and this is like now a Thursday, and I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Don't like that.
So then Friday, I take a shower, and I'm like, yeah, those are like big and puffy. That's messed up. And so I call my doc, and I get in. And my doc's like, okay, so yeah, that's a nice little cluster of spider bites you have. And it's a good thing you came in today and not waited until Monday. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, because by Monday, your shoulder will have been swollen up to about the size of a grapefruit, and we'd be talking about nerve damage.
Okay.
So he gave me like all these, like he gave me this antibiotic topical thing, this topical steroid, these giant horse pills I had to take.
what kind of spider?
And
was
then this
it?
is where I learned something that I was happier not knowing.
Oh God!
He
no.
goes,
Do I not
so
wanna
did
know?
you, like, have you found like a spider body or anything in the bed? And I'm like, no. And he's like, honestly, it's actually an autonomic response for people that if something bites you, you probably slapped it and threw it in your mouth and ate it. And like, and I had to go look that shit up, and that's real.
I believe that. No, fuck you.
Wait, can we stop for 1 second?
No.
Can we stop for 1 second, like full halt here?
I'm gonna puke.
Why the fuck would you tell me that? you keep that shit to yourself,
Right.
dude.
But
That's something you
I
keep
should have
that to
known where this
yourself.
was going.
But I'm a sharer.
But I'm a sharer.
But I'm a sharer. But no, so I hate spiders.
can't.
So like, I'm a huge, like, I make spider art.
I'll never sleep again.
I'm like the smoosh that you can make with them. Like, that's art as far as I'm concerned. There's a great spray. This is where I started with this, called Hot Shot.
Yeah.
Where literally it is so poisonous to them, they just curl up and die right in front of you. It's amazing.
Well, like the old school,
It's like spider napalm.
The old school hot shot is just like Aquanet. Like, I can literally just
See, but that just
spray you with-
encases them in gel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can't fucking move, bitch, and now you're gonna die a slow, sad death, and I don't give a fuck.
Oh, see, if you're gonna pull out the Aquanet, you might as well pull out a lighter.
I called a 3-year-old a bitch, everybody.
Right,
Just so
yes.
you guys know, that was my big thing.
Yes,
Just everyone remember
absolutely.
that.
Except for I'm not trying to burn my house down, Dave, and that's the problem.
I mean,
It's
that's
like,
real.
It's like, okay, how scared am I of the spider versus how scared am I of being homeless? Like, you have to like.
I need
Like,
to
what,
weigh it out.
what,
Wait.
what damage can the
sometimes-
spider do versus what
Right.
damage can I do?
Right, exactly.
I get you. I feel it.
Exactly. Oh my God. So Australia. Have you seen though, like the spiders that they have that are like the camel ones
Mhm.
or
Oh, yes.
whatever?
Oh, yes.
And they're like ginormous.
They're literally a human body.
Oh
Just
my God. I would never live in Australia.
And they have the ones that go like completely flat. Like, have you seen those, like, where they're like on a tree branch
No.
and they just go like complete, like their bodies are just weird and they go like they completely flatten out and they camouflage like a friggin' chameleon. So you can't see.
He's so angry.
that's some extra shit.
I don't like
That
them.
evolutionary shit. I'm pissed.
and that's what I'm like, dude, I need somebody who doesn't believe in evolution to like explain to me why the spiders in
They
my
would be able
shower.
to do that.
No, why the spider in my shower is a different color than the spider in my garage. Like,
Right.
explain to me if that's not evolution. Come on.
right.
And then they have like spider season in Australia. Like
No.
the
Spider
nests-
season?
No, like they have like these giant like
There's
nests.
spider season?
Oh no, they built like these spiders build these giant ass nests, and it looks like snow
Oh,
or
I've
frost.
seen that.
I've seen that.
I've
Nope,
seen
that's
that.
a big- that's
I'm
a
like,
big pile.
nope.
Nope.
I'm
Yeah,
like, no,
no.
nuke it from orbit. No,
Right.
we're done. No, just unless you're walking through with a flamethrower, kiss
That's
my ass.
their land now.
Okay, but
Yeah.
like that's their land now. I'm over that shit.
Yeah, we've signed a treaty.
you're
It
right.
belongs to the spiders now. We're good.
That's where they
Yeah,
get to
like
live.
on the maps where it used to say like "Here there be dragons." No, here there be spiders.
Forever.
Leggy guys. Nope.
No.
Don't like 'em.
So yeah, Married at First Sight Australia.
Right. Okay. Back
So
again.
Keep in mind this is how these people grew up.
Yes,
Being
okay. Knowing that.
they were tried to something was trying to kill them constantly, and so yeah, I just feel like they have like a way different outlook on life, and it's hilarious and amazing, and they're messy and they're drama and like
I
the whole
love
it's
it.
so trash and messy and like. The whole show is set up completely different from the American
Yeah, it's
version, and I
way
love
different.
it. I love it.
I like it better than the
So
American
do
version.
I.
So if you like the American version already, definitely give
Yes.
Australia a try.
Yes.
Because it's like weekly they get asked.
The experts are a little more hands off.
Yes, they're not
Yeah.
like talking to them like
Yeah.
directly all the time.
Yeah.
They like watch everything that happens. Like they have like little soirees every week,
Yeah.
and they'll you know
They
like
do. They
I'm
have
sorry,
these little.
I just had a Kelly LeBrock weird science. A soiree.
yeah.
I'm not talking about like candle wax on the nipples or anything, but chips,
But
dips,
maybe
chain whips.
actually this season, I think anything could happen.
Yeah. Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
oh my
This
God,
season
dude.
is incredible.
It is.
And that's coming from like a really good season of the American version.
Yes.
I mean, the American version is messy as hell
It's
this
messy.
semester.
But okay,
Or
the way
semester.
that semester.
I'm away at college. God, oh
I'm
my
currently in-
God. I'm currently
in a college
going to
right
a
now.
frat party. So everyone shut up.
I feel like the American version is like messy in its own way, but it's like I sometimes I have to wonder how much of it is kind of like planned out because I'm like every season gets
Yeah.
crazier than the last season.
Yeah.
Something crazier
Yeah.
happens. However, the show is kind of like set up for the American version at least, where it's like, they set them up for it's very like lovey
Yeah.
and it's very put
Yeah.
together like it's this
Yeah.
dreamy time, and then it'll be like this really terrible thing happened, but then they'll have like an expert come out and be like, well, this is the way that we're going to have them deal with this. And this is where the breakdown's
so
coming
like
from.
it's so funny because like if you look at like America compared to like the rest of the world, like we're so more prude and
Yeah.
we're so more Puritan, and it comes so across in this show.
Yeah.
Especially like they're just ideals about marriage and like and family and everything is just so way more Puritan to me.
Mhm.
Like it's wild.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah, and Australia is just like hands off, like
Right.
shit's up for grab. Like it's crazy.
It's like definitely set up in like almost like we're just gonna watch from the distance.
Yes.
We know what's happening.
Yeah.
And we're gonna let it play out.
Yeah.
Where in the American version we've seen that they
Yeah.
have like literally been like, at this point we're gonna say that we don't think
Right.
it's healthy for you guys
Right.
to continue being married. And we're going to like basically
Yeah.
tell you that we don't think that you should stay together.
Well, and this season of the American one is so like God,
Yeah,
religion,
it
religion,
is.
religion, Christianity, like, and I'm just like, oh, is this because we're in Atlanta? Like, I don't know.
It
like,
might
it's
but-
and that's fine. But like for me, I'm just like, this is not.
See, which is hilarious because have you been to Atlanta?
I have been
Like,
to Atlanta.
Atlanta's like Ho Central. like-
Well, but these are people that they are established in Atlanta. Like they've grown up
so my question
there.
would be: Is it really Atlanta or is it the burbs? So that would
I don't know. It said
That-
they always say Atlanta.
well, but it's like people. Oh, Detroit, really? Where do you live? Sterling
Right.
Heights.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
No,
You're right,
no,
you're right,
I
you're
get what you're
right.
saying, but like it's way more like religious based this season. I feel like
Because I mean, it is Georgia, and Georgia's like
South.
The buckle on the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, no, totally. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why I'm picking up these vibes is just because of where it's set. Is
Well,
like
yeah,
way more
I definitely think
like
that has something to do with it. It's way more religious
religious-y
based.
and,
yeah.
like-
But in the last season, there was like a couple that was so like, free spirited.
Yeah,
and
that's
everything.
true.
So it's like they
It just
do
depends
have
on what
multiple different
city
types,
they're
where
in.
they're at,
Yeah,
how like
yeah.
progressive and everything it is.
Right. Yeah.
So
Totally.
I do see that in this season, but there is a lot of mess, and we're not going to give anything away. So
Oh
that way
my
if you guys want
God.
to talk about it, we will.
Seriously,
talk
yeah.
about
If
it.
you seriously go back and watch video on demand of this past season of either Australia or America, and I tell you what, it will not disappoint. I was hooked.
Yeah.
On both of them, I was hooked.
Perfect.
I love Australia more.
I agree.
I
think that Australia is a lot more like interesting to watch. Well, like weekly they have them do like if you want to stay or if you want to leave, and if one of you says stay, then you have to stay for another week.
Yeah.
So it's like
And
you have to
America
continue
doesn't
living
do
with that
that.
person. America does not.
Yeah.
do that.
No.
It's like you have 2 months, and then you decide
Right.
whether or not you want to stay together
Yeah.
or leave.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So
one of you
yeah,
says leave, and then you're done.
Australia they have to recommit every single week.
Every single week.
Yeah. So that's
Which, I mean,
it's
so let's be
crazy.
clear. Like, I've had this conversation with a number of people recently where, like, that's how things should work. Like, marriage should work like a lease, not a buy.
Okay.
Like you should have like there's
Explain.
like a 3 or 5 year term, and then at the end of that, like you can re-up.
Just like renegotiate.
Yeah, you can yeah, this really or hey,
I've never
this
been
isn't
married,
working.
so I guess I can't really say anything about that.
You
but
know
I feel
what
like,
though? Like I feel that.
Yeah,
Like I get
feel like-
that. Like if you're not holding up to your end of the bargain of like what we had discussed, like can we just be friends?
Yeah.
Can we go
Like,
back?
hey, you know what? We had a great run for 5 years.
right.
We had life was good.
You know
but you know what?
what?
I think it's time for a different model.
That would make
Right.
things right. Like it
I'm
would
ready
make
to
things
upgrade.
So
I
Right.
deliberately did not say upgrade. I was
see, I would have said
So
upgrade.
Upgrade for
I'm
sure.
ready for a different model.
I would never
That-
settle for less
that
if I
assumes
didn't
to
think that I
me
was worthy of this
upgrade.
one thing. Like if I didn't
Right.
feel like I was, like
Yeah.
that was like enough for me, then like I shouldn't think that I should expect
Well, but
less
like,
than that.
but it would
or
be
the
so,
same
but it would
than
be so
that.
much easier. Like if okay, you
But,
know, what,
like, no
you
hard
walk into a
feelings.
marriage knowing you've
No
got
hard
like
feelings.
a 3 to 5
Yeah,
year
it's
window.
like
Yeah.
a little trial period.
And either
Yeah.
either it's great, like so
Right.
either you're gonna keep your game stepped up,
Right.
and keep things going well,
Right.
or
right.
you know that dude, the contract's up. Like there's
Right.
no messy divorce. There's
Right.
no any of that crap. You just we're
Yeah.
done, and I'm It's kind of like me in Catholic school. I wasn't kicked out,
right.
but I was invited to not re-enroll for the following year.
You were not. Is that a true
That's
story?
an absolutely true story.
Oh my god.
I love that.
That
I
reminds-
think that's
I was-
a really good tidbit.
And that's
to
literally
have.
how they phrased it. That I was invited to not
so
re-enroll
you
for
wanna-
the following year.
So this is so off course. But when I was a kid, I was surrounded in my neighborhood by a bunch of kids that would go to like Bible school and like go hang out at the church all the time. And like my parents are like, my dad's a scientist and like I would say like he's pretty much an atheist. Like we didn't grow up with religion really. I mean, my mom sent me to Bible school when I was young, but it was purely because it was free and it was to get me away from her for a week.
Right.
And so no, like seriously, like, and she will tell you that. Like she'll be like, it was to keep you occupied because you were fucking high strung and you needed friends. And so like,
no.
right? I know. Shocker. So anyways, so like I remember one time like in my neighborhood, I was going to like this Bible school camp with one of the neighborhood kids, and we got in like this religious debate at like 8 years old about like the perfection of Jesus or whatever. And like it's like super like right, like
Very metaphysical out there stuff.
right, like as kids. And I was like, well, no, of course he's not perfect. And they were like, no, he is perfect. And so they went home and like told their parent that I was like out there like saying like he's not a perfect being because, well, you know what? And I will argue it to this day that he's not a perfect being because he could not have been born to save our sins if he was already God. So he had to be human.
That's how that works.
Right, that's how
the
that
whole
works.
born of original
right,
sin, yada,
right.
yada.
So
That's part of the
I
shtick.
understood religion on a far deeper basis than my religious friends. But anyways, listen.
No, I got you.
So they went home and like told their parents this, and my parents get a phone call and they're like, yeah, Lindsay shouldn't come to Bible school with us anymore. And I'm like, okay, so the kid that is like, you think needs Jesus the most, you're just like, nah, that kid shouldn't come to Bible school. So I wasn't
that's kind of how that works.
wasn't allowed
you were-
back.
So
you weren't just
Because,
uninvited.
like, no,
You
I
were
was
just like told like please
banned.
don't come.
Like,
No, so
please
that was-
don't.
Can if you want, but
Please don't send your kid because they're putting a bunch of ideas in our kids' heads.
Dude, that was me. So I was the kid in the back of the classroom that I was like, okay, so turn the other
I have questions.
No, I was like, so turn the other cheek. Cool. Can we go back and talk about the Crusades again?
right.
Like I have so okay. So
Can we talk about dinosaurs?
well, or just hey, I'm like so like if you really want me to buy into this, so Adam and Eve had 2 sons. Where did everybody else come from?
Right. No, like seriously, like what?
Like let
right.
and
Right.
they're yes, you're invited to re-enroll for the following year. Yes, thanks.
That was me. Invited not to re-enroll with my friends or go to Bible camp anymore because I asked too many questions.
That's why you never hear. There was this one time at Bible camp. You don't hear those.
Right. Exactly right.
I did go to like a Bible camp thing like with one of my friends one time, and I was just like, okay, I guess that was fun or whatever. And she like never invited me again. And I was like, all right.
The goth kid at Bible camp. Oh my God.
And you know, because
Lauren was a hardcore goth as a child. It was like ridiculous. Like, okay, I would like invite her up north in the middle of July and it was like 90 degrees and she would be wearing a black turtleneck up to here, long sleeve, long, huge ass jeans. And we'd be like,
my
Lauren,
hair was like super
aren't you
long.
hot? Like there's no AC or anything. Like, aren't you just hot? And she'd be like,
No.
It's just part of the stuff. It's just part of the suffering
yeah,
of life.
yeah, right. That was her. That was her. Like totally, that was her. Such a
life is
weird
pain.
little kid. I love you. I love you.
Where's the coffee?
Okay, well, all the things I liked before are really popular now.
Right,
so I'm like,
exactly.
I think maybe I was just a.
But also, you want to talk about like religion, like you and Jesus Christ Superstar.
I
like
love Jesus Christ
that's
Superstar.
how I know that story is because of Lauren.
I loved.
like
okay,
was because
I
of
love
Jesus
Christ Superstar because I love musicals.
Yes.
and I loved. At the time, I was really
Jesus
into
Christ
like
Superstar.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yeah.
But then I learned of other people like Tim Rice,
The chess and whatever, yeah.
and Sondheim, and
Yeah.
now I know a lot of other things. But
Yeah.
So again,
I was
if you
into all that.
to interject a South Park reference, have you seen the Broadway Bro Down episode?
no, I have not.
Nah.
You have to like send me the exact thing.
Yeah,
I will
like,
absolutely
send
send
it
you the- yeah.
out. I want to watch that for sure. That's so funny. But like we knew so much about religion
Yeah.
through those things.
But that was
we're able to
literally
question it
a
and,
fucking
like,
composer teaching me about
yes,
the Bible.
yes, but you know what? He wasn't off
But
about
it's
like
like the
it's
basic story.
right?
Yeah,
it's the
it's
story
like,
of what happened. Like
basically-
Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
happened.
And I
like,
love that musical.
Yes, and my parents talk about like my dad, who's not religious at all. Like he would sing every Sunday morning, just belt out. We would be doing chores, and he would have Andrew Lloyd Webber like blasted, and it would be like Joseph, you know what they say, and we were just like, and I was like, oh my, that was just like, that was.
Let me put away all my
Right,
underwear.
right.
Ah, I'm going to make my bed now.
So 90 Day. Oh
Yeah.
my God, talk
Wow.
about a tangent,
For real.
dude. Oh my God.
We should probably get into it though.
Yeah, we should. So, we had missed 3 weeks, so you're gonna hear a lot of
There's
like
a lot that
backstory. Yeah, a
happens.
lot
There's
happens.
a lot that happens.
So I would love to start with Brandon and Julia because I kind of want to save the best for last. And Brandon and Julia are kind of lame this week.
Yeah.
So they go to look at a church for the wedding, and it's like really important to Julia, just like from where she comes from, to get married in church and yada yada yada. Brandon is so fucking clueless. like about any wedding
He
details.
literally is just sitting there like, yeah, whatever, babe. Whatever you want.
Okay.
dude.
Right.
As a guy,
Yeah.
okay, so I literally had to have the conversation that I don't care does not mean you crazy psycho bitch stop talking to me. It means I
In this
have no
situation,
opinion.
Okay, I have no, but that's the thing is that I have no opinion is like.
What do you think the centerpieces should be?
No,
I don't
here's,
care.
Okay,
I
here's
agree,
the thing. Here's the thing.
But like when we're talking about the
Fine with
bar and the food, like then I'm all in.
right.
Okay, so
no,
take,
and I
take
But
charge
the-
of something.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
the,
I really
the
care.
centerpiece is
Yeah,
like do whatever
take
makes you
charge of
happy.
something.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But here's the caveat. When I say I don't care, I own the fact that that means I can't bitch.
Right.
Like
Right.
That, right. So I don't care,
Right.
dude. I don't care if you've picked like Venus flytraps as the centerpieces.
That would be amazing.
but like,
Feed
and, like
'em flies
right,
in
and
the
then
middle
like
of the
yeah, and that's and
ceremony.
like it's a fondue set, and
Yeah.
you have to be whatever. like
a fly on a
but
stick.
but I won't say an effing word because that's how that.
Well, okay, and so here's my thing is just he's so indifferent to the entire process that it's like I understand where she's coming from, where she's like, can you just be excited about something?
Yeah.
Like about something.
He doesn't even
Like,
seem
just
excited to
act
get married
right,
in
no,
general.
he doesn't.
Like,
Right. So just act enthused about something. So if you want to be enthused about the bar and the food,
Okay, but-
awesome.
But okay, let's be again just as a guy. That day is so not about us, and we know
sure,
that
but
it's so
like,
not about us. And
Okay, but you know how important it is to the partner that you're marrying.
and so that's why you should at least
so then
Humor
just
have
me.
a thing.
Humor
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Fake it.
Yeah.
Like
Pretend
fake
like
it till you
you're
make it,
interested.
babe.
Don't-
Like
I'd rather you be
You
like,
know what
oh
I
my god,
mean?
babe, yeah, that looks
Yeah,
great to
right.
everything that you see,
right.
than being like,
I don't care.
Because
Right.
if you say, oh my god, that looks
And that's
great,
literally
and then if you
how
hear,
he is.
Here's
Is like, I don't
here's
care.
like a good breakdown of what I want
See,
you to do.
no. See, I know wedding stress. If I say, "Oh, that looks great,"
No, like check it out.
and then she changes her mind,
I have a
now
great
I'm the
breakdown.
jerk that said it looked great.
No.
This is the
You're- no,
breakdown of what I want to
overanalyzing.
happen. Okay, I'm gonna say, oh my god, I want this, or which one? Wait, hold on, this one I might like instead. Which one do you think? I'll be like, oh, this one. Oh my god, that looks great. And then you go, or this one. Well, that one looks really good too. Give yourself a little question time, right? Just to be like, I feel your.
Right.
I feel
right,
your
right.
stress
I
about
see,
this.
I see where
I
you're
see where you're coming from.
right.
Right.
I see your indecision.
And then when she goes, oh, okay, well, I'm not sure. Be like, choose A, right?
Right.
And then she'll be like, okay, yeah, you're right. And then she goes, If she goes, then you
See,
go,
and then
you know
ripcord.
what?
Ow.
You know what? I looked at the other one and I changed my mind. I think I like this one. And I'm gonna be like, oh my God, babe, you're like reading my
mind.
See, and
Right
therein
now.
lies the problem.
We are one mind.
just expecting us
is
to
why
be
we're getting
effing
married.
psychic.
No, and here's the thing. No, and here's the thing. Any reasonable female doesn't expect you to be psychic. However, we just want a little bit of enthusiasm for anything. Like, just humor me. Like,
Listen.
just humor me. Seriously.
There's things that I fake too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Which, shame on you. Because again, because we're dumb. So here's the thing: because we're dumb, and dude,
Best line of the
I've
night.
had, see, and I was so gonna go there earlier, but I'm like, here's the thing: because I have never understood girls faking it.
Oh, no.
Because here's the thing: as dumb
I
as we
don't.
are,
I can't.
if
Believe
you
me, I do not have to.
No,
at
no,
all.
I know, just,
No, we
Not
get
at
it.
all
It was
what
just
I'm
like a
saying.
general.
the views and opinions expressed by
But-
Right. Yeah.
But no, so because here's the thing: this is how dumb we are. Because if we think we've done something right, we're gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
And so if it
No.
doesn't work
we
for
need,
you,
yeah.
we're
need
gonna
to
keep
talk
like you
about
need to.
But when
like,
you're just ready for it to
something.
end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would be the worst finish ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that it could be worse.
I feel like that might have been that might have been somewhere in that Murder Among Mormons. Like that might have been.
Yeah.
That was
So
that
all
was
of their wives.
that was the cut sex scene. Was that? Yeah.
That's all you heard.
Oh my god. So
Oh my God. Okay.
So
Bring it
they're back at the church and they're talking about like how they want to get married Mother's Day weekend, and then the people at the church are like, oh, well, Mother's Day weekend is really hard for us. And I was like, what are these people's obsession with Mother's Day weekend?
Right.
Like, I don't understand it. Like, maybe it's because I'm not a churchgoer, but apparently this is like a big
she's
church
like, it's
day.
my day. And I'm like, what do
Yeah.
you mean? Your birthday is also your day. Like, you don't need an extra day.
So
Like,
then they ask, like, well, why do you have to get married this day? And then Brandon acts stupid. And he acts like he doesn't know why she wants this date for their wedding.
why? Okay.
And I was like, you're being an asshole.
She
like,
said it on
purposely.
camera at least twice.
Well, not only
in front of him.
Not only that, like, you had this whole conversation with your parents a few weeks prior
Right.
about this. And you were like, this is the date Julia wants. This is what we're doing. So now you're telling me all of a sudden that you don't remember why she wants this date.
And she said it
And you
twice in
you
front
went
of
to
him.
dinner with Papa Joe and you told Papa Joe
Right.
about it. And
Mother's Day
right,
weekend.
like whatever. So that was so stupid. I would have killed him if I was Julia. I would have been like, fuck you.
Well, she was just like, okay, well, why are you acting like you're stupid? You suddenly you don't know, and he's just like, oh, I just,
he was like,
She has a lot of
girls
favorite
have favorite numbers.
numbers.
I just got lost, whatever. And I was like, ew, no, you know why? You're just being stubborn
Girls have
and you're
favorite
being
numbers.
an asshole.
Okay, but this does remind me of like a Bob's Burgers moment where in the very first episode they're just like, "What day is it?" Linda's like asking Bob, like, "What day is it?" And he's just like, "I don't know." And she's like, "Oh no, it's like our anniversary." And she's like, 9/3. 9 is divisible by 3.
Yeah.
That's how she remembers it. And I'm like, okay, but I would probably
It's like,
do
but
something
so's
like that.
12 and so
Yeah,
6.
that's what
So
he
it's- oh,
says.
he's-
No,
He
yeah.
goes, lots of
Because
numbers are
numbers
divisible by 3.
yeah.
And she's just like, oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she, 9/3.
the
9 is
best.
divisible by 3. That's how you remember
I will
it.
always be on Linda's side.
I was like,
I will
maybe I'll
always be
get
on
married on
Linda's side.
9/3 so that way I'll remember that 9 is divisible by 3.
Oh my god. So
need
then Brandon's like shocked that Julia is like she's having doubts now. She's like, "Well, I don't understand. Like you don't remember why we're getting married this date. You don't want a wedding in a church. You don't want to do any of this." And now she's having doubts. She was like, "You basically told me when I was over in Russia that this was something that you wanted, and now it seems like you don't want this." And he's
Yeah.
like shocked that she's having doubts. And I'm like, dude, you're acting like a fucking asshole.
Yeah, you're
like
being a jerk.
pretend. Like even if it's not something you are totally into, you see how important it is
He's
to
like,
her.
I didn't
you
say I want a party. I want a
Right.
big party with
Yeah.
people dancing. It's like,
right. No,
okay.
and that's what he said. He was like, the ceremony's not my thing. I didn't design the ceremony. We should have music and a party, and I didn't say that. And I was just like, you're being awful. Like, you're just being awful. Like, she gave up her entire life
you're being a jerk, dude.
to come live here with you. And now you're just like completely diminishing anything that's important to
Even
her.
if he's trying to be like, oh, I'm just going to go with whatever you want, babe, he's not doing
Right.
that in the right way.
All right, so having
Right.
never watched this, I feel the need to ask. Like, is this like a mail order bride scenario?
No,
Okay.
they like met each other. They've like done stuff together. They've like,
So
had a
their
relationship.
families have met
Okay.
together in
Right.
France, and like they've been together for a few years, and they met over like a Zoom call or like a
Right.
video call, like through friends.
Okay.
Like it wasn't
I-
through
okay.
like a site. And he's like a young dude. He's fairly good looking. I mean, he could get somebody over here if he wanted to.
Okay, but his family like lives on like a fucking farm, and
Yeah.
she's like coming from like this like
It's Letterkenny.
yeah, it's pretty much like
Yeah. So she was like a go-go dancer in a club back in Russia, and like she's used to like the city
now she's
life
living
and
on a
having
farm.
fun, and like now she's living on a farm where she has to get up every morning and feed animals, and like she's like, this is not the life for me, but I'm sticking this out
And
because
she's
I'm in love with
cute.
this. She's super
And
pretty.
she's a good
She's super
she's a good
pretty.
dancer or whatever, go-go
Yeah.
dancer that she was.
Yeah. And so like I think she's fucking cool. Like she's trying to make it work. She's
Right.
like trying to make it work.
She
with
actually
this
loves him, it
family.
seems like.
Yeah, it really does.
It really
like
does
it really
seem
does
like
seem
it.
that way. So he's like, this is what pissed me off. He's like, you're upset because I don't share the female fantasy of a wedding day. You want me to be something that I'm not. And I'm like, the female fantasy of a wedding day, like that's so stereotypical. Like we all have different visions of what our wedding day would be like. Like
And if you know that that's like
Right, if
what
you-
girls like
right.
want, then why wouldn't you know how to treat that? And be
Right.
like, oh yeah,
Right.
I'll care about what the
Just
fuck we're talking
act
about.
like it's important for 2
Right.
seconds. For 2
Eggshell
seconds.
white or fucking velvet white
right.
or whatever. Like,
Right.
just pick it.
Right.
Just help me pick it.
Right.
And if I change my mind, back me up.
She's not even asking for that much. She's
Right.
just like, I just need a guest list and I just need a little bit of excitement rather than you being like, I hate my life.
Yeah.
And
it's
he
true.
literally hates his life. And so, so then we cut to like Betty's cutting Ron's hair and they talk to Brandon and they ask how he is and what the game plan is because now coronavirus is hitting.
Right.
So now everything is starting to change. Like
She's blowing bubbles on her bed, and I was just like, "Girl, same."
Same.
I was doing some weird shit
Yeah,
during
quarantine, yeah.
Honestly,
You
I
and
was
me
just
both.
like, her and I actually spent like most of our time on Zoom with each other.
And
like,
you.
yeah, we were on Zoom,
Yeah.
for a long time, just doing our thing like a couple of days a week, and then we started doing like, you know, like our podcast and stuff too, and it was just like, okay, something great came out of that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
But damn, I was also bored as fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, dude, the cabin, dude, and you know, like what a social creature I am.
bonfires
Yeah.
every night.
And so, like,
Yeah.
like I was not good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah,
hard for
I feel like the drinking Zooms probably saved my sanity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. So, basically they're asking Brandon like, what's your plan? How are you feeling? And they're worried because of his overall indifference to like everything. Like even his parents have noticed like you're fucking indifferent. Like you aren't showing any emotion one way or the other. And they don't think either of them are excited. And Brandon is like, well, we don't really have another option. Like her visa expires and she has to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And we end our relationship because we can't continue doing this long distance bullshit, or we need to get married. And then he says he's not going to give up on her in the relationship because he does truly love her. And his parents were like, okay, well, that's all we needed to hear. Like, if you're really, truly in love, like, and you don't want to give up,
He
that's,
literally says
yeah.
that. He's just like, I'm in love with
Yeah.
her and I want to make
Yeah.
it work.
Yep.
And
yeah.
more power to them.
Right. So his parents end up talking to both of them about what they need to do with the wedding and coronavirus because now, so it's slowly progressed from like coronavirus as a thing to now they're like on total lockdown. And so Julia agrees at this point, like, we just need to have a legal marriage and then we can do like a ceremony or
Yeah.
whatever after the fact. And so Julia agrees to marry quickly and like make it legal. But she's like, and Brandon's mom, Betty, was like, okay, well, I got a minister to come out to our farm and do like a socially distanced like ceremony.
Yeah.
And we'll still try to make it special or whatever. And Brandon's like, I don't give a fuck about making it special. And Julia's like, dude,
Even as
like,
a guy, that was the wrong answer.
yes,
That was, dude.
and even like even his mom was like, no, it should still be
Like, that
special.
has to be what, like, and
He just wants to like sign a document
Yes.
and be done with
even
it.
in his
Like,
head, like that's one of those
Yes.
things. Like as soon, like you might have meant it,
Right.
That might have been.
Give this
Right.
girl
But
something.
as soon as it came flying out of your mouth,
Right.
you should have gone.
Right. Right.
That was,
And
that's not going to play.
right.
Well.
And that's the thing. He didn't. And he just like holds steady to this. Like, well, we're just going to sign documents and we're going to have a bigger party later. And Julia's like, well, why can't both things be special? Like,
Right.
this is
We
a
can
big
do-
deal. Like, we are
we can do
legally
our
getting
legal
married.
marrying
And it
day,
can still
and then our
be
wedding
special.
day.
And then we can do like when coronavirus is over or when we're able to do it, we can do the big
He just
reception.
wants to go in and sign the document. It's
Yeah.
like, why not kiss her? And
Right?
fucking-
Like, why can't
You know
she
what I mean?
wear a white dress?
Why can't she? Why
And,
can't you
like,
guys stand and face each other
right,
and say vows to
right,
each other? Like,
right.
why can't you do that?
Right. Like,
And then at the other one, you can either say new vows,
yeah.
or you can be like, we're skipping the vows. We did that shit,
Right.
and then
right.
move
Just
on
have
to the
this-
next
Here's
thing.
the
Kiss
camera
your
phone video
bride.
of us saying our vows.
Yep.
Right.
Let's have a
Because-
reception.
Right, right. I'll just play this.
Just
on
have a
loop
giant
at
reception.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
why have to? Well, I get why people would want to
Julia?
have like the
well,
big wedding
so
part, but-
Julia's from Russia, and apparently her thing is if in Russia, it's good luck to get married in a church.
In a church, right.
And so that's why eventually she does want to have like the church wedding. Whatever, appease her. She is coming here for you. She is living with your overbearing parents. She has given up her life as a go-go dancer to now feed pigs on your farm.
Right.
Like,
that she's fucking petrified.
right. And she hates
does not
them.
want that.
Right. Like, so she's told you she's fucking miserable. Can you just throw a girl a bone? Like, seriously.
She has every right to be miserable with everything that he's doing. And his parents are just so overbearing.
They are, but they are becoming increasingly more likable.
Yes, in the recent episode,
they're becoming more likable.
His mom was like, I was like, damn, okay.
She was on Julia's side.
She was more than once.
Yes.
And I was like, okay.
Good.
I feel like there's this relationship happening
Yes,
there.
and when she left the room, she was like, okay, I love you guys. And Julia was like, I love you. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I feel
so
like
you
their
can
relationship
tell,
is definitely
getting bigger and better.
I think that his mom kind of, when he was like, she's about to leave and like all this stuff, and she was like, okay, I'm going to, decide to let you guys sleep in the same room and stuff. I feel like at that point she realized like something has to change.
Right.
Otherwise
I can't be so overbearing.
I can't be the reason why my son
isn't happy.
Love of his life isn't here because we made it work.
Right. Right.
She got here.
Yes.
That's a lot to put into that.
He's screwing up enough stuff on his own.
Right. And I think she's realizing that. I literally think she's realizing that because she said something in this episode that was like, are you just having your normal Brandon response?
Right.
And I was like, yeah, he is. He is. He's just having his normal asshole.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's doing.
Detached response about something. And now you have to realize it's not just about you. Like, you brought someone over here. It's about both of you now. You're in a relationship.
She even said to her, like, one time, like, oh, well, Brandon hasn't been, like, exposed to this. He's not, like, the type of person that would, and she was trying to, like, defend him for a while.
Yeah.
And now for her to actually be like, you know what, you have to show some sort of any kind of emotion towards this,
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I definitely think the parents are getting better.
They are getting better.
Because at first I was like, they are the worst. So let's move on to Yara and Jovi.
Okay.
So after the engagement debacle, Yara says Jovi is treating her better. They go to... It's not Mardi Gras. I wrote down Mardi Gras. It's not Mardi Gras.
It's another.
It's another big parade thing that they have going on in New Orleans. But they go to that, and Yara seems to be having more fun in Nola. Like, she's like about
she's
it.
Definitely
like,
opening up about living.
They
in this
throw
area.
her some beads, and like she's having fun.
I can see why she's not having like a great time being there because she's pregnant.
She's pregnant. You can't go out and get wasted.
It's like, it's like all I do is see people going out and having fun and clubbing and just partying. That's all they fucking do.
Yeah,
and it's like, that's okay. I get that's something that you have to experience, but if you're pregnant, and your soon-to-be husband,
is out all the time,
doing all of that, that could get
annoying
pretty quick.
Of course,
and it does.
So Jovi's mom, Gwen, takes her wedding dress shopping. And at this point, his parents are still not invited to the wedding in Vegas. And so she's shopping for her dress, and she wants sexy Vegas-y dress.
Her dresses
are, dude, her body is killer.
I know.
Even being like a few weeks pregnant.
Fine, I'll start watching the show.
Dude, she's hot. She's hot. And
she is. She's hot as fuck.
She's hot. She's like tall, skinny, got the curves in the right places.
Blonde, blue eyes.
Yeah, she's super hot.
Yeah, she's thin, curvy.
So at this point, his parents are still not invited. She wants a Vegas-y, sexy dress. She looked killer in both of the dresses that she tried on.
I liked the first
one. I
did
too.
More.
That was my favorite. So she tries on this first one, and it's like strappy, and it has like this huge slit up the side.
It's
and
beautiful. It's glistening. It's like
she looks like fucking Barbie. Like
she walks
like
out
Barbie.
and she's just like literally blinding.
Yeah.
Studio lights.
Yes. She's gorgeous. And so then she tries on this other dress, which is gorgeous too, but it's just a totally different vibe. So
Yeah.
it's like
Has like long.
it's long sleeves. There's a like the neckline goes
the
almost
back
all the way up, but then the back is
like
totally
completely
cut
exposed,
out.
which
Yeah.
I love.
I love that too.
I do.
It's
But
like
I-
like simple sexy.
But I also just really, I don't know. I just really like.
I love the first one.
Almost like the kind of Jessica Rabbit.
yes,
I got
yes,
from the first one.
Yes,
And I was like, oh God, that's so
I'm
glam.
going to start watching the show.
yes, yes.
We love her. She's actually
I love
super
her. She's
cool.
like my favorite. So, anyways, so she ends up at this point inviting Gwen to the wedding because she realizes like how much it means to Gwen. And at first she says, she was like, Gwen, it's not about you. And Gwen was like, well, it's my only child. And she was like, no, I'm not saying like it's not about you on your wedding day. I'm
Right.
just saying like the reason I'm not inviting you is not because of you did anything.
Right.
But
I just
then,
want
right,
this
I
very
just
specific
wanted
thing.
this really specific thing. And then I think they kind of came to terms and Gwen realized like what
I
she
think,
was asking
I think
for.
she wanted this intimate.
Yeah, she wanted
moment.
intimate. Yes.
Where she goes and has fun with just her
Just
and her
Jovi,
husband
yes.
or fiance.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
wants to just hang out and have a good
Yes.
time, enjoy their time
Right.
together,
Absolutely.
and then get married.
Yes.
Enjoy that time together.
Right. Just like
And then
each
he's gonna
other.
come. They're gonna come home.
And then he
and
has
he
to
has
leave.
to leave for a month,
right,
dude.
right.
So I don't think that she's really asking for too much.
She's not.
It's the kind of okay. So it's kind of the same concept as have like a little wedding at a courthouse and then have a big wedding later,
Right.
because it's not out of the
Right.
question
Right.
for them to have a bigger wedding later.
Later.
When her
Right.
parents can come, her friends
Right.
can come.
right after maybe you have the baby.
Right after you have the baby, after you guys are established for a
Right.
year or two, like
Yeah.
after he's be able to walk, like send him off,
Right,
and
right,
have
right.
a fucking thing.
Right.
Do the whole thing.
Yes,
You know, it doesn't.
absolutely.
It's not this like
Yeah.
make or break.
And that's the thing with these couples that just like kills me is like that is just so out of the question for any of them.
I
And I'm
know.
like, why is that? Like, do the producers put that on them where they're like, no, you got to make a choice? Like, no, just do the legal documents, have the bigger ceremony later. We'll talk more about that later,
Right.
though. So the next day, Yara ends up at the urgent care with Jovi because she slipped and fell, which is so scary. The doctor said her and the baby are all still good, so thank God. But Jovi says he was like, it's poor timing because my bachelor party is tonight. And I'm like, yes, Jovi, let's make it all about you. Like, your fucking future wife just fell and had this super scary traumatic experience, but let's make it about
Who's
you and
already
your bachelor
lost
party.
a child?
Right, who has already been through a miscarriage. So
Already done
right.
that.
So you insensitive fucking prick. So Kaz calls and I fucking hate Kaz.
Mhm.
Kaz is a piece of shit. So Kaz is one of Jovi's best friends, and Kaz is like, you can't miss your own bachelor party, man. And Yara's like, you know what? You've been really sweet lately. Go ahead. Go have fun with your friends, but can you please be home by 11 because we have to leave the next day for Vegas at 5 a.m.
5 a.m., right.
And you're not even packed or anything. So can you please
So there's
be
literally
home?
6 hours.
Right. So can
from
you
then.
Right. So can you please be home by 11? So they go to a strip club, of course. It's Kaz and Klein and Jovi. And segue. Somewhere in between this, Yara agrees to let Jovi's friends come to the wedding. Not only
Yeah,
does
I like missed.
yeah, no, that was just like thrown
I tried to like
in.
go
no,
back.
that was
and I
just
was like,
thrown in.
Where am I missing this?
That was
from?
just thrown in. So not only does she agree to letting Jovi's parents come, but now she's agreeing to let Klein and Kaz and Klein's wife come.
right.
And So, yeah, and then Jovi's like, oh, I'm going out with Klein and Kaz. It's my last night out with the guys. Oh, okay. Because you still live in New Orleans. You guys think you're never going to go out together again?
And
you don't think you're ever going to go to the strip
and
club
are you going
together
out
again?
in Vegas? Weren't they scheduled
Yes,
to go out
yes.
in Vegas?
Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Like, this is not the fucking big deal you have it made up in your head. Like, it's not the end of your independence. Like, clearly, Yara's a fucking cool chick.
Right.
Like, you're gonna
She's
be
trying
able to
like,
go
meet
out.
you in the middle,
right.
but then you're kind of like pushing your boundaries.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like, how am I supposed to trust you
Right.
if you keep trying to fuck with me?
Exactly. Now I'm gonna turn into a bitch
Right.
because now you're being an asshole because you can't do the simple things that I asked you to do as a partner. So stupid. So anyways, Klein, so they're walking to the strip club. And Klein doesn't go into the strip club because Klein's a stand-up dude. So Klein's the one with the girlfriend at home, and they have a baby together.
Right.
And Klein's like, nah, I'm good. Like, I got a baby at home. I got my girl at home.
He's
like,
got shit
I'm
to
not going to
do.
go. And here's my thing. I'm not saying it makes you a shitty human being to go into a strip club if you have a wife and baby at home. As long as that's okay with within the boundaries of your relationship.
Whatever you guys choose.
Right, like
is best
whatever
for you,
is good
but
with
as
you
long
guys.
As both of you are aware of the same thing that's happening.
Exactly. As long as it's truthful and honest. Like, it doesn't matter.
Be open.
Right, be open. So anyway, Jovi and Kaz are dirt bags in the strip club. Like, dude, Kaz orders them a private dance. And I was like, side eye private dance. We know what that means.
Right.
I mean, I don't.
worked at strip clubs. I know what happens.
Okay,
Wait, but
so-
Chris
It's
Rock
not
said
Wait,
No
there's
sex in
there's
the-
no sex in
cornbread.
Champagne
Ain't
room.
nothing wrong with that.
So I have to tell you,
Because Chris Rock does say that.
it made me laugh. I know you were very self-conscious about walking in with your box of wine. There are 5 people standing outside with 2 cases of White Claws, drinking them on the sidewalk. So,
Okay, well,
Perfect.
in my defense, my box of wine was literally sticking out like an inch out of my purse. So
Yeah,
I
no,
was
they
just
couldn't
like,
tell.
okay, they knew that there was a
They're
box
just
of
hanging
wine.
out on the sidewalk
They're just
drinking
like,
them, though,
we
so yeah.
don't care. You're
So
fine.
back to the private dance. Like,
Private dance.
to me, if you are going to get a private dance by a stripper, there's going to be hands.
Not always.
And there's going to be touching.
Because I know dancers who have are very strict about I don't let people touch
Some
me.
dancers are, but
you know,
not
and
all.
they make great money.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
they're very strict about it. However,
Yeah.
I
There's-
also know some dancers that do a lot.
It's basically prostitution for some of
Mm.
them.
So,
And I feel like if you're in New Orleans.
well, I'm sure that in New Orleans, it's easy to find a place where they will go
Well,
further
New
than
Orleans has a
that,
red
yeah.
light district. I mean,
Right.
New Orleans, it's like that's expected.
Here you go, you can do it.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
I get
there's
that.
literally naked women standing
I've-
in windows.
I've been to strip clubs in New Orleans.
So have I.
And all of your horrible expectations are absolutely true.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely.
All of my
I knew
horrible
that.
expectations are absolutely
Trying
true.
to give the
in
benefit of the doubt for
Redford.
sex workers in general. Trying to,
Like seriously,
La
you want to head
Chambre.
right? La Chambre. You want to head up
Oh my
Telegraph?
God.
it was La
It's a-
We'll go to
it's
La
a strip club.
Chambre.
In a strip mall.
Right.
So
Nail salon next
funny
door.
How many times have
Pharmacy
we
next
Girl,
door.
do you remember karaokeing in your car before we went into La Chambre?
Oh, yes,
dude,
I sure do.
true story. Bob took me there before my first marriage. And he was like, dude, he's like, we got to go. And I'm like, what? He's like, we got to, he's like, no, I need to, like, you've never been, I have to take you here. And I'm like, okay.
It's shut down now.
Is
Of no
it?
surprise. So literally, I will never forget the girl with basically basketball size implants that came walking over to the table, and she was like, "Do you guys want to dance?" And I was like, "No, I'm good, thank you." And she literally lifts up one of her boobs, pulls a bottle, like a little mini bottle of lotion out from underneath it, and goes, "Are you sure?"
Oh,
And I was like, I'm even more sure now.
I'm sure. I am sure.
wish I hadn't have seen that. Thanks. Yeah.
I was like, oh, remind me to never come here with a black light.
Yeah. So, dude, Don't go anywhere.
But still better. But still better than the green hat. I'm sorry. Le chapeau vert.
I just remember like when I went there.
Where is that?
Oh, that's Redford, like Telegraph and 5 miles, 6 mile.
Oh, I thought that was La Chambre.
No, La Chambre is over
That's
at like
96.
Schoolcraft. It's like 96.
Yeah.
And
But
then,
on
like
Telegraph.
Yeah.
Yes. It's in a
That's
strip
the
mall.
one we went to.
That's
yeah.
what he was talking about was La
yeah,
Chambre.
yeah. But I don't remember La Chambre.
Le chapeau vert.
Le
The
chapeau
green
vert.
hat.
No.
It's a
See,
dirty
is that
place.
place still open?
I don't know.
Want to go there
Well,
tonight?
now I'm.
Dick. Lauren's like,
So fuck my life, right?
no, Lauren's like, remember how the night started when we started recording and we said
we weren't doing
wasn't really
anything.
wasn't really sure where any night where you guys get together is going to go. So yeah.
That's what I love
It's
about
true.
us. It could
It
end.
is true. I'm
It
like,
could end in a Taco Bell
Brace yourself.
drive-through with us just passed out with refried beans all over our face, or it could end up
when
A
we made,
mukbang.
in a mukbang.
she made grilled cheeses with mashed potatoes for some reason.
Oh
the
my
two things.
God.
And only half of the grilled cheeses, both of them, were actually grilled. The
Shut
other half was
up. Don't fucking sell me out, bitch. I tried my best.
I
you know
ate
how I was
every
cooking?
bit of
I
that.
was cooking like this
I ate one eye covered.
and trying not to burn down the house.
I ate every bit of that. And she asked me multiple times,
Damn.
is it good? And I was like, yup.
Yeah, of course.
I was having
Who
a great
doesn't
time.
like mashed potatoes and grilled
was
cheese?
having
Because you know
Great
what?
time.
You knew it was important to your
Yes!
other
Yeah.
to make sure she felt
Full
validated.
circle. Full
You
circle.
made me feel validated,
See,
bitch.
this is. I mean, I'm here for the segue.
is what
That's
love
what I'm
is
here
for.
for.
Thank you. You're the best, babe. So, okay.
And also probably the strip club trip.
So-
Right.
oh, we're
Exactly.
going.
That's what
Oh,
he's
we're
really here.
going. Do you have singles, Dave? Can we get them?
Oh
No.
my God.
Damn
well,
it. We can get them.
They can trade them
We
out.
can get them. Okay.
No, just on principle. No.
So Jovi goes to
So,
the strip club.
so Jovi gets a private dance. Later, he shows back up at the apartment way later than 11 o'clock, like Yara asked for, and is drunk, and Yara is pissed.
And smells like bad decisions and
Yes,
covered in glitter.
yes,
and, oh yeah.
The glitter and it's always like coconut. You can always
Yeah.
smell coconut.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yes.
like suntan
Like,
lotion
they just went
and
tanning
shame
earlier
and
that
bad
day.
decisions.
Exactly.
Tanning and shame. Suntan lotion and shame. So she's pissed mostly because he said he was going to be home at a certain time and then showed up way later. And he still has to like pack, and when he comes home he's not quiet. He's like talking to her, and she's like pregnant and trying to sleep, and he's like, should I pack now? And she's like, yeah, you idiot, you should fucking pack now.
We're
And he's
leaving
like,
soon.
and he's like, well, can I just wait till the morning? And I'm like, you woke her up for this mess.
First
You
of all,
woke
the
her up
morning
for
is
this
like an
mess.
hour
Right,
from now,
right, an
so
hour away.
Not sure.
Let's hope you did some
why
lines
we're
of
having
coke,
such a hard time.
asshole.
Yeah.
Or that you brought some home with you
Yes.
Right.
to be able to
Right.
perk
Get
up.
with
And you
it.
Yeah.
know he did.
Get with it.
So anyways, so Jovi, like we said, invited his friends to Vegas, but they haven't told his friends yet that she's pregnant. So nobody knows that she's pregnant. So they just kind of think like she's being like a bitch.
basically,
And
yeah.
she's like, here's the thing, I don't feel good.
She's
I'm
always
tired all of the
Mhm.
time. Like,
She's
and
pissed off at Jovi.
she's pissed. Well, and she's pissed because she was like, here's the thing, I don't want your friends thinking I'm a bitch.
Right.
But we're not ready to tell them
Part of
yet
the reason why I wanted
because
to go
I've had a miscarriage.
get married,
before.
like,
Oh,
eloping.
that's the thing.
Yeah, so we're waiting to tell
Yeah.
people for this. And so Yara's really not looking forward to this because she doesn't feel good. And so they're at the airport, and Yara says she feels like she wants to go back to the Ukraine. She was like, I just want to go home. Like, I'm at this airport right now, and I wish I could just hop on a flight and go home at this
Yeah.
point. And so this was interesting to me. So they flew from New Orleans to LA.
Yeah, why though?
And then they drove from LA to Vegas.
So typically, LA is a hub, so super cheap. And
Vegas is super cheap,
but-
dog.
but
like,
like an LA to Vegas drive is not that far.
I know it's like 2 hours, but like Vegas is cheap.
Yeah.
And Jovi makes a shit ton of money. So
Yeah,
like,
he's-
why wouldn't you have just flown direct?
Well,
But
that's-
she said like he's a cheap asshole. She
Oh,
has
is
said
he?
that.
Okay,
Oh, she
I
said
didn't realize
that.
that he was like
Oh,
a cheapskate. Like,
she has said like he refuses to like.
he doesn't want to pay for shit.
Because remember when she flew from the Ukraine to the United States, she had like all these connecting flights.
Yeah,
And she was like,
that.
Jovi refused to pay for a direct flight from like the
Yeah,
because
she was like traveling for like over 24 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's a
because of it.
long ass flight. So like I've been to Russia.
Oh well, she
So Moscow. So I flew into Moscow,
yeah
and so anywhere in the Ukraine is a good.
20+ hours.
No, I mean it's a I was gonna say it's a good 5 to 6 hours beyond that.
Yeah.
like people don't understand.
Yeah,
how
it's
big
far.
Russia is.
Yeah.
like just from a side. I mean,
Yeah.
Oof. Like I mean, you could have at least made it. Like she could have connected through like probably London and made
Yeah.
like a one-stop flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so that was like part of her thing is like, oh, he doesn't want to pay for a direct flight, but he makes a ton of money. Like he's an engineer. He works on like pipelines underwater. And so he's gone for like 4 weeks at a time. He makes a shit ton of money.
Yeah, that's a pretty well.
Yeah,
position,
no,
yeah.
he
And then he
makes
comes home for a month.
shit
He
ton of
leaves
money.
for a month.
Yeah,
Comes home for a
and
month.
so she was like, "You're just being an asshole." So like, why would you just fly to or why? I just don't understand why they did that, but they did. So they fly to LA and they drive to Vegas and they stop at Peggy Sue's Dinosaur Restaurant, and it is like the most kitsch Vegas fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
It reminds me of being a kid at like the
You have?
Absolutely, I've been there.
I want to go.
Like, that's-
now that I've seen it, I want to
Like
go.
that's one of those things that like once. Okay, you sort of know me. What about like knowing that I could have? I know that like if I know that exists. Oh,
I'm gonna go there.
That's
I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
had to be a thing.
So it was really funny though.
Dude, like I made people leave. So we were at I went to Vegas for a trade show,
I love Vegas.
and I made
yeah, no, I could take it or leave
So
it.
my
but
max-
like, I
I-
love the kitschiness of it all.
So like Vegas and LA are on the same boat with me. Like I can handle them for like 3 days tops.
yeah,
And then I start wanting to kill people.
yeah,
But so like
Yes.
I was at a trade show, and I'm like, okay guys, look, here's the deal. Like I know you're all like making plans and you all want to go get stupid, but like I'm renting a car
yeah.
and I'm going there. And
Yeah.
I need to go see this place. I'm like, you can come with me or not. That's totally fine. But I'm going on an adventure.
Oh my god, I love
You're either
adventure.
with me or you're not.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
So
You're either in or you're out right now.
It was really funny though because while Yara was there, Yara was like, "I'm missing Ukraine." She was like, "I honestly feel like I'm on another planet." Like this, she was like, "Where am I?" She was like, "This place is so old. There's fucking dinosaurs here." And
Yup.
she says it in her like Ukrainian accent. It's really funny, and she ends up like calling one of her best friends while she's there, and her best friend doesn't pick up, but she's just feeling like really homesick and alone and like
It was kind of sad, like listening.
Yeah,
to her, like,
it
talk to her
was
friend. I was
sad.
like, oh, I feel bad that she's stuck.
Yeah.
in this situation. She almost makes it sound like she feels like she's stuck.
yeah,
Like,
no, she does. And she said that
I
she
have
goes
to.
she goes, if I was not pregnant,
I
was
would
gonna
go.
say,
I
is it 'cause
would
she's-
be
yeah.
and she goes, I would be on a plane home.
So for what is I'm just curious. So if they do something kitschy like that, did they hit the marquee graveyard?
No.
So like, dude, if you go to Vegas, like that's where you had like so like you know all the casinos that they've imploded and all that shit.
Yeah.
There is a marquee graveyard outside of town where like all the old marquees and signs and they just have them there.
Oh, that's
And
kind of
it's-
cool.
It's super cool.
So I've been to Vegas a few times, and it's the last time I went to Vegas was my 30th birthday. My parents took me, and my parents have been to Vegas a million times. They had never been over to Old Vegas the whole time they were there, and I was like, okay, it's my birthday. I want to go to Old Vegas. And so we went to like the Golden Nugget and all of that.
You
and they
have
were like,
to.
and they were like, oh, this is so cool. And I was like, dude, broaden your horizons. But they always go there and they have so much fun at like
The places that
normal
they go
places
to,
like the
yeah.
Harris, outdoor
Dude,
pool
for
area.
what, I gotta tell you,
and,
your
like,
mom
all of that.
reminds me of Sally Kirkland. And if you don't know who that
I
is,
don't know who that is.
so have you ever seen the movie, the Rodney Dangerfield movie Back to School?
No.
Yes. Okay.
No, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. You should though.
She
really quick.
reminds me of a young Barbara Streisand.
Okay. Actually, I see that too.
I can
for
see that.
sure.
For sure. And I always tell her that. But yeah, so
I mean, like Sally Kirkland is no insult for what it's
so
worth.
I
know. Yeah.
so I brought them to like Old Vegas, like
Now, did you go to,
finally
like, the
for the
Mobster
first
Museum
time.
and,
no,
like-
so we did casinos and we just walked around.
There's
and
also the
we
porn
did,
museum, which is
like-
a lot of fun.
Oh my god, I
Oh
would
my
love
God,
that.
I want to go there.
So like I would love to do that.
would do
so
that.
like when
Oh, yes.
and then Christine met me out there.
Tune in next week when we talk about getting blackout drunk and wind up on a plane to Vegas tonight.
I would die.
Oh
Dude,
my
the
God.
crazy in your eyes right now, I'm kind of scaroused.
I would die. I'm on break. I'm on spring break, bitch. So Christine met me out there and we ended up renting a oh my god, a
Car,
fucking
boat, train.
a car, but like I was trying to think of the specific car, like a Charger with like the top down.
Sure.
A convertible?
A convertible, but it was like a really good one.
Okay.
And we ended
a
up
really good one.
we ended up driving through like the Red Rock Canyon, and then we went through like the Hoover Dam, and then we ended up driving all the way to the Grand Canyon.
Oh my
Which
God, that's
you
awesome.
can't do the Hoover Dam anymore.
Really?
No, Homeland Security.
Really?
Like you used to be able to go out on it.
So just 4 years ago we went. We took
That's
pictures.
it's like 2 or 3 years. Is it like they changed it?
Really?
Because there was a specific threat.
Oh fuck you! It was Trump. Trump's the specific threat.
I mean, also
he
possible.
was just peeing into the wind, and they were like, "We gotta shut this shit down. We gotta shut this shit
That's a
down."
mental postcard I really
I would
need.
love it. I would love it. I would love it. So yeah, but then we ended up at the Grand Canyon. But like the Grand Canyon that's closest to the Hoover Dam is through the reservation. So we went to the reservation and did it. And Christine was like all like bold as fuck, like standing on the edge, like doing yoga poses, and I was like this.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm the same
on
way.
the
I'm like,
side,
no thanks.
and
Nope.
like I was like, this fucking sucks. You know how many fucking tourists are killed every year doing this bullshit? Like I didn't like it at all.
couldn't do it.
I
wouldn't be
hated
able to do
it.
it
I hated it.
Nope, don't like
I'm
that.
not that Native American that has that height thing in my
Yep, nope.
blood.
Can't do that.
I don't like
What's
that.
it? Was it the place in Chicago? Is it Chicago that has like on like the
Yes.
106th floor?
The
It has the little
Sears
bump out?
Tower. Yeah. Nope. No, thank you.
Nope.
Wouldn't like it.
And true. My aunt was there, and the group ahead of her, because like you have to like it's all like group and like they do like number of people
They
and all
fell
that kind of stuff.
through.
No,
No.
but they
I
were
don't think anyone's fallen through.
no,
that.
but they were out on it, and one of because
was
it's
like,
multiple multiple layers. It's multiple layers.
Yeah.
The top layer cracked.
Oh.
And so all of a sudden, like shit spider web, and you heard glass cracking. Dude, my aunt's like, nope.
No, never again.
And it's one of those, like intellectually, there's like you're never like
I
it's
know.
you're
I trust the
but nope.
scientists and yada
Yeah, but
yada,
no.
but
But no.
Yeah, no.
It's hey, you know what? Don't live your life in fear. Also, don't juggle chainsaws.
So
That's how I live my life.
Well, I grew up in Chicago, and I remember like being in some of those like high rises. Like you can feel the wind. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you
it,
feel
like, sways.
the sway.
You sway
And then
with
like
it.
I had to understand that like that's part of the building
Physics,
structure.
yeah.
Like it
I
needs to be able to
hate
move.
that
And I was
feeling.
like, I fucking hate this. Get me on the ground
Yeah,
immediately.
I do not like that at all.
Do not like that. So back to Yara and Joey. So, so Yara
We're just
loves-
gonna call this the segue episode.
right. Oh my God, are you guys still paying attention? So Yara loves Vegas, but she's tired, and all of his friends want to go out to the bar. Yara tells Jovi that she feels like the wedding is just about him. She's like, what does this have to do with you and I? Like, this just feels like you and your friends going out to the bar again in Vegas. And so she basically says she has given up her life to make him happy and that she isn't ready for the wedding. Jovi says this is like a reality check for him. Like, he didn't realize how truly unhappy she was at this point. And so Yara asked for him to be nice and to think about her first. And Jovi, at this point, seems like he's going to try. He agrees to, like, stay in with Yara that night and, like, make this
It's like the first
Vegas night
time
about
that he
them.
has made it seem like he wants to make, like, a serious change for the better.
Yeah.
My thing is that I don't necessarily believe that that's going to be long term.
Yeah.
Because his history, just before she was around at all, is that he likes to party and have fun and go out. And imagine the stress of having a newborn child in the house. And now.
Well, here's the thing is, like, not only that is
And then.
and not only that is, like, in order to support their life, he has to be gone for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
So what are you
She's going to
planning
be left
on
with
doing?
the kid. And then when he's
are you going to
there-
hire a nanny for her? Are you going to
Right. Okay, so even if she's just with the kid the entire
Right.
time, right?
Right.
And then when he comes back, it's not like she
But then
gets to
she
go
has
off.
no interaction with other
Right.
adults.
She doesn't just get to go off
or
and like do
yeah,
whatever. She
right.
has to still
and
stay
she
there
has,
and be part
she
of the
still has no friends.
She has to teach him how to do everything too, you know.
Right.
What's her support system? His parents?
Yeah, who don't like her.
Right. Well, I
are-
think the mom
the
is
mom
starting
might
to-
like her,
yeah,
the
but I think
dad
the dad
does
is like
not
for sure
like
does
her.
not like her. For
Yeah,
sure does
for
not like
sure.
her.
Can we take a break? A little break?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to be back with part 2 in like just a little bit because we got to take a little pee-pee break.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Bye.